There it is.
Blocks, on cranks, on crank.
Will this fit my LS, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much thrust. I don't even know if there's thrust on.
This motor's been out, so who knows who tightened that down last time.
Yeah, it's
400 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, that's about what these make.
God. Holy shit. Somebody was like, we're never pulling this thing again. Put it on your nipple.
Pump it a little bit. Just get some pressure off of them. See if it'll. Okay.
Okay, well apparently the whole truck's gonna come with it, so.
So what happens on these LS heads is there's a bolt that goes into the head at the very back to hold the manifold on, like all the manifold bolts. Well, they tend to break off sometimes on the backs of these. So what people do is they've got these little manifold savers, if you will. It's like a little bracket that bolts to the back of the head. It's got a bolt that basically shoves down on the manifold to hold it pressed against the head. And the problem is that we can't get the manifold off. We've got everything else disconnected to get the engine out. Now we're fighting something that you wouldn't even think you would be fighting.
Try and lift this thing up a little bit.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah. So as you guys know, a long time ago, Holley sent a very large nitrous kit for this truck, but we never got around to putting it on the stock engine because what's the point in putting a giant nitrous kit and using 5% of its potential on a stock motor? It's kind of boring.
How are we looking? Everything looks like there.
Hang on, ground. I just need a 10.
Okay.
So anyways, what we're planning on doing is obviously getting this engine pulled today. There we go. Now it's got to swing out. And once we get it pulled today, we're gonna load it up on the trailer tomorrow after we get a few of the accessories and front cover and whatever else off. We're gonna take this long block down to Modern Airflow Dynamics. We're mad. If you guys know where I dropped off the Camaro's engine and trans, they're the people that have been doing the work on that. We're taking the truck's engine here to the same exact shop. We're gonna be doing quite an extensive build on here and setting it up a lot better for nitrous than a stock LQ9. Even though it does have Gen 4 internals, so they are relatively strong, but you guys probably have seen for a while, this thing, every time we change the oil, it's got dust. We're pretty sure that it's on its last leg.
It's been nitrous out, we think.
Yeah, it's been nitrous out for a while. I'm pretty sure these are stock rings, and I know myself have slung a good bit of nitrous through this thing, and I know for sure the last owner did. So I think it's gonna be better just to go ahead and get this entire thing rebuilt with crank, rods, pistons, better heads, better cam probably, stuff like that, and actually have it set up and ready to go. The trans is supposed to hold 1,000. What's the point in going less than that?
Is that the Jimmy engine?
Yeah, bro, basically.
Pretty much. Just a
Almost.
little bit
Hey,
bigger.
I'm pretty sure in play isn't supposed to be like this.
Oh God.
Wow.
Enough for you to be able to hear it
Holy,
and see
it's
it.
the bolt.
You can
Yeah,
actually.
it's
That's tight.
That's thrust
Dude,
in there. So the thrust bearings.
Yeah, I was
are
about to
probably
say
gone.
the thrust bearings because look, I'm watching the cranks now literally go forward and backwards.
Yeah.
No way. I've never seen one that bad before.
You neither.
She's pretty beat. There's a lot going on here.
If you can't tell, it's literally a wonder in itself. That's why we didn't care whenever we were tuning it on the street and Doug was tuning it. I was like, yeah, if it blows up, whatever.
Well,
we
hey.
took it to the track, still trying to get a pass in with this engine. Before we pulled it, it's just, nah, she's beat. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this thing, like I said, loaded up on the trailer tomorrow, take it down to them. Over the course of, I think, the next 3 weeks, Matt is going to rebuild this entire engine, forged crank, forged rods, forged pistons, all that good stuff. And we'll have a good, healthy power plant on our hands to be able to start this whole nitrous build on. Holley EFI and everything is running. That's why we left this engine in this long to begin with, is just to make sure that we get everything on the Holley set up properly before we go changing out too much stuff. Now that we know everything works on the Holley, we got it running and driving, we know that now, once we put the new motor in, it should be just about the same place. So. Woo!
At least your rear main looks good.
Oh yeah, we just replaced that like
Yeah, so it means you
30
did
miles ago?
You did a good job with that.
30 miles ago, I think.
If that.
How long was 30 miles ago? That was like
a year ago.
Like a year ago, yeah.
A year ago. While we're over there at Mad, also, we're going to be taking the Viper heads. You guys saw last video that we were porting the Viper heads. Doug was porting the Viper heads. We're going to take those down there. We're going to flow test those. Also, we're about to get started assembling the next Coyote engine. We're going to flow test the Viper heads and Coyote heads just to see how the porting works compared to stock, how much more air is flowing with Doug's port. And then we're going to drop this thing off. About 3 weeks, we should have this back in the shop, built, ready to go.
The following day.
Rappers brag about their money, but I got the dough. Staying strapped because you never know.
Well, I am in Houston this morning. We just picked up an S1000RR, and this guy is a huge fan of the channel, along with him and his friends, and we're here picking up his FZ09, and it is really, really sick. Anyways, as you guys know, we got Gorilla Rockets up and going pretty much. We're just waiting to start sales and start actually opening up the storefront for a few more weeks. Got a few more things to take care of inside of there. Also got to get a sign-ups, things like that. But we're still picking up inventory for the place. And so this S1000, I'll show you guys here in just a minute, and this beautiful FZ09 are going to be the first 2 bikes that we pick up other than, no, I just not thought about that. No, the R1 was technically, and the Ducati, but I don't want to sell that yet. Anyways, we got 2 more bikes, so. Well, we have arrived to Modern Airflow Dynamics, finally. And we picked up some goodies. Say hello to the new S1000 and say hello to the new FZ09. Look at the headlights on this thing. I don't know how Sean is even here. How did we manage to end up at the same place, the same day, at the same time? Wow, that is cool. Last time that I was here, they were just getting moved into this new building, but it looks like they are settled in now. Ooh, hello. Oh, shit. Oh, you mother. What in the hell is going on, son? Everybody just got cameras now. What the What's camera reception? What's good? What's good, bro? What's good, bro? Yeah. What's up, dude? I guess I'll say what's up. What's up?
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't got a cool camera like that.
Hey, I didn't even know that y'all were even here. I pulled up, I was like, I saw your truck, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You said that you were coming, but you told me that you weren't.
We were coming either. Like we got here and he was like, Gavin just called. I thought we all were together. He'd be here in like 10 minutes. And we were like,
yeah, Daniel just picked up a bike back in Ruston also, so we got 3 new ones today.
bro, I didn't even notice.
This is the first S1000 I've ever
I didn't even
had.
notice until David brought it up, and I looked zoomed in, and I was like, Supreme.
That's funny.
That's the first S1000 I've seen in person.
Huh? I had a 14.
Oh, really?
She was nasty. Race mode unlocked, everything. That thing, slick mode.
Yeah.
Watch out for slick mode. She'll throw you on your ass real quick.
I don't think
Wait, this is your old one?
I sold it to Sean.
That's your old one?
Yeah, I sold it to Sean.
Hey, this thing's ready for a turbo and about 1,000 wheel. Just go on and buy it from the sucker. Yeah, so that's half fill, ranger gap, 5.3. Basically stock bottom end 5.3, just a little freshen up and a little half fill to kind of give it some strength. And head studs, main studs. Yeah, Sean was just gonna blow it the f up anyway, so we were like, yeah, you know, throw this thing together. But yeah, that's Poe's old engine.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it does. It looks real good.
I'm literally just gonna sell it and blow it up.
Man,
don't blow it up.
Dude,
What you mean blow it up?
I mean, I watched a lot of the process. We'll see how much a 5.3 blocks really take.
Blocks, on blocks, on blocks, on blocks, on blocks, cranks, on cranks, on cranks.
This is the cylinder head department all set up now.
Dude, what? Everything changed so much.
Yeah, this is the flow bench area now. So this whole deal.
So this is where we're going to be doing the Coyote Viper head.
Yes.
Okay,
so
cool.
and this is actually a Gen 3 we've been working on. So all the ports are roughed in, so it's not final finish, but we've been working on them. So we cut valve jobs on them, did a little chamber work, basically doing some development for the Gen 3 Coyote platform. And this is our little setup bench. So we got burettes up here to CC combustion chambers, various tools, checker springs we put on there to basically hold the valve shut while we're doing flow bench, everything. And this is the flow bench, so it has various different dowel locations because we all want to go off center bore, so we'll actually put different engine platform dowel locations so we can get the center bore on every one of them. And then basically it'll do everything on here, modular, Hemi, big block Ford, big block Chevy, small block Ford, a little bit of everything. And then we actually engraved our logo on this thing and we CNC'd it.
That's
so
cool.
It's all custom. But yeah, so basically we'll set the head up here. We'll either set it on either intake or exhaust, and then we'll come over here and it's just a big vacuum. This thing will fire up. So that's basically the exhaust where it'll push it and then stuff everywhere. On the intake, obviously, it'll do the opposite, but we will flow at 28 inches. And this is a flow comp, so this is basically take it and tell us what we're doing at any given lift range, you know, on here real time, so we can do data acquisition.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to see what Doug's head's poured at.
Yeah, I'm
Or what
excited.
his head port.
I'm very
test
curious
at,
to see.
Me too. Mysterious Thor appears out of nowhere. He said you got your Prantine Pro V hairdo going.
Yeah, so flow bench area, seat and guy machine right here, so all the valve jobs.
I like the air lines going all through here.
Yeah, so seat and guy machine, so all the valve jobs, everything else like that gets cut on here, and then we can real time. It's got a built-in vacuum checker, so we'll come over here, fire this thing on, make sure the valve job's sealing up adequate before we ship it. It's another QC. This head is a floating head, so it's kind of like an air hockey table. We'll basically come over here.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we'll lock it in. Right, and typically we'll have pilots, right, which will use the guide to center up on. That'll be sitting in the head, and that's what that locates on when it goes to cut the valve job. And we do address the guides before we cut a valve job, so that way we do end up with a concentric valve job.
That's cool.
These are actually, I think, the little Lamborghini pilots, but we have a couple different ones over here from different engine platforms, from big block Chevy to LS to Coyote to Lamborghini, BMW, all that
Y'all got
good
the
stuff.
whole setup now.
Yeah.
What?
Well, this was all over there. We just
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't
move
get to see it yet.
Yep.
This is cool over
This
here.
is all the stuff. I think y'all had to get out of here early, but it's all digital readout, so it'll tell us, like, you can see the depth and everything else changing, vertical position, so we can actually maintain a thousandths tolerance between each valve job as we go on, which is, you know, very critical for your overhead cam stuff especially.
Oh yeah.
So that's what that machine does. It's also got a built-in sharpener for the tools when they get dull. So
That
you go over
is
there,
sick.
basically different cutters, you know, and you can kind of see. It's kind of hard, but you see how there's different angles in that. So each one for each individual cylinder head, we'll do a bunch of R&D and basically try to get, you know, the best flowing valve job we can at every head. So sometimes it takes. We probably spent $3,000-4,000 on valve job cutters just to throw them in the trash can because they didn't work. So, but it pays off, right? So that way we don't have to use the customer's heads as R&D stuff.
Right, yeah.
This thing over here is the precision valve grinder. Kind of show you real quick. We can fire this thing up.
What in the
So
heck?
these are. I'll set the valve angle. Which one is going to be on here, and then basically we'll fire this thing up. Put a valve in here. It's a centerless grinder. I got to get it squared up real quick for the deal. Basically put a little lube on that thing. Start it right there. Sweet. You start seeing the new angle come in, because we're actually changing the angle on this valve to match our valve job. That'll pretty much be good. We'll come out. We'll come out with a fresh new seat cut.
That is awesome.
And then I'll come back here and I'll add a secondary one after that, but that's just kind of a mocked up deal there. Things like here, we can also take this. I won't do it for this because they don't need to be tipped. But you come over here, we can tip the valve, and after we tip the valve, we can put it in here for a 45-degree chamfer along the tip right there.
Wow.
And then after we're done, we can put it in this little concentricity gauge, which basically the valve lays in there, and you basically measure the face for concentricity.
Right.
Which this machine will kick out about 2 10,000ths of an inch concentric, you know, so pretty accurate. Usually valve manufacturers send us valve used, new, whatever it is. We get brand new valves. They can
And they're
be
out,
3,000ths out of round, you know, and that's not, you know, our standard. So we'll actually bring them in with this precision valve grinding machine here. So this is the TIG welding station. So we'll basically do a lot of the aluminum TIG welding will happen here. So all the cylinder heads that get blown up, all the superchargers we weld up, anything like that, basically will come here and we'll basically TIG weld, bring it back to life. Combustion chamber damage, anything like that, anything aluminum we can weld here and repair as long as we got the time to do it. Sometimes we're a little overwhelmed, so we'll not take on every job, but every one we can do, we'll try to do. Especially our heads, if they go, guys get in detonation, guys have bad fuel, have a lean condition, fuel pump failure. Sometimes it's the tuner, you know, whatever it need to be. If they torch a head, they know they can bring it back to us, and we'll repair our own stuff any day, any time of the week. So, you know, this guy unfortunately had a head lift, you know, had a lean condition, and basically torched this whole chunk of the cylinder head was missing. After
so y'all are filling it in.
we're filling it back in. So
What?
those are $33,000 a set plus shipping from Germany, and they're made from Chromoly by hand.
Those are
That was
tugboat
that's
valves.
actually made on a manual lathe by hand by a good buddy of mine, Vietnam vet.
Will this fit my LS, bro?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for.
Wow. Really though, what RPM would that engine spin to? Like
2000.
Yeah.
This is a tugboat.
You said these are chromoly?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Rob would
Yeah.
love to have that on his desk.
Yeah. Yeah, this is final assembly room for the head. I got another one.
That's crazy.
Don't you got a computer like this?
I have a desk like that, but the computer isn't like that.
Okay.
I just have a MacBook Pro.
It stays 70 degrees at all times. That's industry standard for measuring, right?
Are you kidding?
This,
Like
I'm not even kidding.
70 degrees on the dot?
70 degrees on the dot. This room will not go a point higher or lower swing. The AC stays on in this room year round. One for humidity control, one for measuring. Anything that you see in here will stay in here at a minimum of 24 hours and acclimate before we actually measure it, right? Because these engines, especially in Houston, Louisiana, and the southern part of the United States, in the summertime can swing, 3 to 4 10,000ths of an inch of an expansion between room to room. So when we come in here, 24 hours of acclimation before he does anything on an engine. That's crankshaft, rods, pistons, wrist pins, anything we do. Kind of same thing with the cylinder head room over there, but even more critical over here.
Yeah.
So, and right now he's doing a 468 cubic inch LS7 based dart and sleeve platform, going in a road course car, LS7 heads, our LS7
In a road
heads.
course car, really?
Road course.
That's
So,
pretty dope.
It's got a lot of low
yeah.
end, all that stuff. So he's doing that. We got this LSR that somebody else built. We're actually tearing down and basically making sure everything's okay, say it nicely.
I keep hearing that a lot.
Yeah.
We're
so-
tearing down this from this person because that shop messed it up,
Yeah,
but
so-
here we are rolling over trying to fix it for them.
Yeah, so this is actually a half-inch stud. This is going to go in a Turbo ZR1. This is an LSR concept block.
Damn.
So as you can see, there's some, don't really like the deck surface finish. There's a few other things we're going over right now. It had a center counterweighted Callie's billet crankshaft. That is the most top of the line that
That's
Callie's makes.
wild, actually.
So-
I've never seen nothing like that before. Look down. Look at the.
It's like a slight knife edge.
Yeah. What?
So, and then it had, Dyer 300M rods. I think those are Timken, and had some shelf Wiseco's, which we might end up swapping out. But this thing should make, when we're done with it, somewhere around 1600 wheel, I would guess, right? Obviously, after we get done with it, we're going to go in here and deburr the water jackets like they were supposed to. Obviously, they didn't do that. Address some other issues, and then we're going to put this thing back together. Mini Cooper engine for a guy overseas, and then we have just the Lamborghini Huracan, dart and sleeved engine right there. So that's the V10.
That's crazy.
That's why
Wow.
they can also rev to 10 grand.
No kidding.
I spy a box
Yeah.
over here with my name on it.
There is so much extra shit that we had to do.
Sean's getting ready to make his first 750 wheel setup.
Yeah.
Fresh crank.
Maybe
Congrats, man.
plus 1,000.
So that's the Camaro's in it, huh?
Yeah. So basically, see right here. So you see that little fine line right here?
Yep.
That's one crack, and then on the other side, right there, that fine line right across there, that's another crack.
Yep. You can barely see it on the camera, but in person you can see it a lot.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it can't be daily driven.
Yeah.
We could probably patch it up, put it on a dyno, make a glory pool, but that's about it. If you do drive this every day, it will leak water. It's
Yeah.
going to overheat, and then it's just going to leave you stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen.
I understand completely. That is the engine out of the 67 Camaro. I brought the engine and the trans is in there. Where's that one at? I want to go check it out. But anyways, I told you guys whenever we went and checked out the Camaro at Dom's shop, I was looking at it and I was saying that we probably weren't going to be able to go with the engine, unfortunately, because I got a call from him letting me know that the block was cracked in 2 places. So that's the first time that I've gotten to see where it was actually cracked in person.
This is-
thing looks brand new again.
This is cast, so this is iron, this is aluminum. So this is an aluminum coating to make it look brand new, and this is an iron coating to make it look brand new iron.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's two-tone. So that was actually done on purpose by Polymer Dynamics down the street, Carl Bennett. He's been coating since the 80s. He did this whole deal up for you. So
I do want to take that that block from you next
Yeah.
time that I come and get this, the block, and the truck's engine and everything.
Yeah.
And I will probably make something cool out of that block, so that way I at least have it still.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, you need to keep it. Same
Yeah.
truck you had last time?
Yeah, I just picked it up that day. You remember?
Yep.
Yep, last time.
You want-
Hey, no, don't even show him. Don't even show him. Let him do it. Let him do it.
Go ahead
Oh,
and
Jesus
pull this
Christ.
thing. Just pull it. Just pull it. Just pull it.
Oh! Nice. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to pull it out, and I was like, Gavin, that ain't supposed to
It
happen.
literally, like, dude, it's just
Yeah, there's so much thrust. I don't even know if there's thrust washers in the thing or not.
Jesus Christ, no, there's not.
every time I've been changing the oil, it's been having some pixie dust now for the last like year and a half. But I mean, I didn't care.
Pixie
It's-
dust.
Yeah, it's had its fair share of
It's a little
dust.
more than pixie dust.
Oh, yeah.
Well, luckily these
Do we need to undo the trailer though first before we get
Yeah.
this thing? Damn, look at us.
small head.
This has been a long time coming. I am glad it's finally here. I've had this damn truck for like, no shit, 2.5 years now and haven't gotten to do anything with it because I've never had anything that could hold anything.
That thrust is.
Yeah, we were thinking about throwing nitrous on it. I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, it might have been a safety hazard. It might have came apart on you.
Yeah.
And free parts everywhere.
I wouldn't have been surprised at all, honestly. Imagine if we would have done like we were saying, Doug, and just threw nitrous back on it with that kit.
I was literally about to throw like a 150 shot on it.
Oh, it definitely ate it. It ate the whole engine, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Make sure you check the pump on the transmission.
You're gonna find a crawfish in that thing.
Trans pump?
Yeah, because it's probably trash.
Make sure you check the main pump of the transmission that the converter drives, because with all that thrust, it'll keep pushing the converter back into the pump and burn the pump out.
That
That's
makes so much sense.
why the truck's trans has been doing that, I bet.
I think it's okay now because we didn't really do a whole lot with it, but that would make sense.
That makes sense. I never even thought about that at all.
Yeah, when you lose thrust, you usually lose the
I could not get. I feel like I just got answers for why the trans has been having issues for so long. I never even thought about the thrust being an issue for the trans pumps and the converter, but that would make sense why the converter refused to work right. We ran bigger lines on it, still didn't work right. We ran the Holley EFI on it, still didn't work right. We got the trans redone, still didn't work. We got the converter rebuilt and got a brand new one sent to me, still didn't work. Could not figure it out. And
You were just about to get a new motor back and like, oh, the trans is fixed too.
yeah, hell yeah.
Damn, dude. Nightmare since you bought it.
That truck has, it really has.
Since
Day one, I've never had a good day with that truck, I don't think.
I think since day one it's been that.
Yes.
It's had dust since the first oil change.
That would make sense. And yeah, you're right though. The first oil change that I ever did on it, I remember clickbaiting the video and saying, finding it, damn. Race truck's engine is dropped off, got an invoice in hand. It is official, it is underway. Build is happening. Well, we are on our way back up to North Louisiana. We just left Beaumont, Texas. Decided that it wanted to rain a little bit harder. While I was there though, I had picked up another bike. I was there for my dad's Father's Day. We had like a big crawfish boil. Much fun. But if you look behind us, we just picked up another bike. There is a Suzuki DRZ 400 SM back there, 2018 with only 800 miles or something like that, or 700 miles. So super good bike. It is raining really hard. And here we are literally 45 seconds later. Welcome to Louisiana. And watch, right up here, we're about to be completely out of the rain. And now we're gone.
Ah, successful trip.
Yeah.
Sweet. It looks successful.
One of the only successful trips in a really long time.
It's good to see you again. Ooh, a
That thing
DRZ.
is actually really cool. Really cool.
I've never seen one of these in person.
Me either. I've never had one. I've never experienced anything about them.
I know that was your dream bike until you got the V4S.
Yeah, S1000 still is one of them. I would definitely still want to get a brand new one.
Yeah.
The 2020s are sick.
It's real pretty.
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to do to them already. I gotta take the stickers off of these. They were real clean whenever I first picked them up, but it was raining so bad on us.
Yeah.
So